Hi teachers! Today I'm going to share 10 ways you can build relationships with your students. I'm Natalie Priester. I'm a teacher who likes helping other teachers. In my last video, I shared 5 reasons why teachers should build relationships with their students. In today's video, I'm going to show you 10 really easy ways to start building those relationships. Now, these are things that require almost no prep, almost no class time. They're just 10 simple things that you can jump in and start doing in your class right away. So here we go. Number 1, say your students' names the right way. I get it. Damaris, Itzy, Gael, Andriqua, Emilio, who goes by Junior. The names are so diverse and so interesting and so different than like the names that I heard growing up. But that's what makes my classroom awesome. Hopefully your class is as diverse as mine. However, the names are a little hard to say. I get that. But here's all you have to do. When you first meet your kids, ask them, how do you say your name or what do you go by? Then repeat it back until the kid says you're saying it the right way. Names are the most basic way we can build respect, and that's the first step in building relationships. Number 2, greet your students at the door. I'm sure you've heard this before. It's like rule number 1 in building relationships. And for elementary teachers or teachers that just have one class a day, this is pretty easy for you to do. But for those of us that have up to 7 different sets of kids in a day, it's really, really hard to end one class, wrap it all up, and be able to get to the door fast enough to talk to the new kids coming in. If you can manage to figure out a system in your class to wrap up class quickly so you can be available at the door, it's really going to pay off, because when you greet your kids coming in and say hi to each one, it really helps to start your class on a super positive note. Number 3, ask your students about their weekends. It only takes a second to say, hey, what'd you do this weekend? The students' answers will give you 2 really valuable things. 1, it will tell you what the students do for fun, what their interests are, and a little bit about their home life, which you can use to help build connections with your kids. Secondly, it gives you a heads up in case something happened over the weekend that may affect the kid in class during the week, and then you can turn on your sensors and know that that kid's going to need a little bit more support, patience, or encouragement during the week. Number 4, share a little bit about yourself. Now, I'm not saying turn the kids into your BFFs. They're kids, come on. But you also don't have to like give this appearance that you're this robot workaholic who only stays at school. Instead, talk to them about neutral topics such as pets, travel plans, like vacation places you've been, exercise, and cultural like celebrations and traditions, because these are things that the kids can relate to, and it just makes you seem like a human and not a robot. Number 5, celebrate your students' accomplishments. Elementary teachers, you guys rock at this. Middle school, high school teachers like me, we always have to make more of an effort to do this. The kids are so bummed if we miss their birthdays. It's super easy. Just pull your roster, pull the birthdays, put it by your desk, or give it to a kid and put that kid in charge of telling you when it's somebody's birthday, and then just sing. It's really easy and makes the kids super happy. While we're on this topic of celebrations, a lot of times in tips about relationships, teachers hear, go to the extracurriculars, go to the extracurriculars. Well, if you are early in your teaching career and you don't have a family and you have all the free time in the world, then yeah, that's great advice. But if you are a mom like me and you have other things that you want to do, it's kind of hard to get to all those extracurriculars. Instead, an easy way to kind of hit this topic is to just give the kids a shout out. If you hear the boys volleyball team won a game and you have a player in your class, announce it to the class. Say good job. If you hear one of your students got an award, take a second in class and give that kid some recognition, and then they'll feel like you're paying attention and you're proud of them. So in the last tip I shared to make yourself look like a well-rounded human, in this one also remember your kids are well-rounded humans. Number 6, praise your students to their parents. This isn't for the parents, this is for the kids. Of course parents love to hear that their kids are doing well because they're their parents and they love them. But this is for a different reason. When you tell the kids' parents good things the kids do in class, then that kid gets that you're on their side and you're not just somebody who's contacting parents to get them in trouble. It takes you away from being the enemy to being another person who's helping to support them as they grow and encouraging their growth and their positive traits. Number 7, help your students. This one is pretty easy for a lot of us because that's why we're teachers. However, we get really distracted in our classrooms, and there might be some kid just sitting there who needs a little help. So just walk around the room, use proximity, offer to help kids, especially if that kid looks a little stuck, because she might just not have the skills to be able to ask you for help, or she might not have the confidence. When you offer to help and you go to them, then you show that you are reliable and you show them that you want to help them. Number 8, teach face-to-face lessons. This one is for my online blended tech-rich teachers. High five to you, by the way. But the tech's fun, but sometimes close the Chromebooks, turn off the video, move away from the discussion boards, do whatever you have to do to get some face-to-face time in your classroom, because humans need face-to-face time in order to build relationships. Number 9, play with your students. Remember Hangman, Heads Up, 7 Up, 2 Truths and a Lie? You already know a handful of games. The next time you have a few extra minutes in class, don't give your kids free time and let them just flip on their computers. Instead, organize and lead a little simple game with them and play. Do it, do it, do it. I promise you'll have fun too. And now finally time for number 10. Be nice to your students. This one should come at no surprise, but sometimes teaching's hard, and students are a lot of work, and it takes a lot of energy and prepping and grading and going to meetings and conferences. Everything takes a ton of time. And if you let it, it can suck all the energy out of you, and teaching can feel like a job. But it shouldn't be. Kids are awesome. So do what you have to do to recharge, so every day when you go into class, you are your best and you bring that smile for your kids. So sleep, eat right, exercise, go hang out with your friends, whatever you need to do so that you come into class ready to rock and make your kids feel like you are so happy to be there and so happy to see them, because then they'll be happy too. Did you notice the theme to most of these strategies is just to be happy and make your classroom a really happy place where conversations and connections can take place? Because if you just start those little tiny links, then relationships will blossom. You can't force them. It just has to take time, and you just have to create the environment where relationships can bloom. Oh my God, that was so cheesy. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I took notes for you. To access notes of these 10 tips, go down below, click on the link to nataliepriester.com/blog, and there you can open up a little doc, and it will have the notes for you so you can take them and post them right by your desk or next to your mirror in your bathroom at home, so that you can remember everything you have to do every day to make your kids feel like you really want them to be in your class. And now it's time for our question of the day. What do you do to build relationships with your students? Did I forget something on the list? Let me know. Go write it down below in the comments section so that I can take your ideas and add them to my classroom. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting the subscribe button. Mom, it's the red button. Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any more of my videos about teaching. Also, feel free to share this with your teacher friends. Thank you for watching.